So we're focused on the right thing, how to help American workers. The question is this the way to do it? And if not, what would be better? To help get perspective on this, all right, someone who understands business, finance, and politics, founder of the Forward Party, Mr. Andrew Yang. It's good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see you too, Chris. Wow, those dire wolves look straight out of Game of Thrones. They look like Jon Snow's all-white dire wolf.
Right? I mean, how cool is that? Like the beauty of why we want our kids in STEM, right? To learn these new technologies, the wondrous things that can be done. And we're talking about coal and sewing sneakers.
Yeah, I'm with you on focusing on the American working family, and it's why I've been so furious about these tariffs because they're going to make life worse for the average American family. Prices are going to go up. Some companies are going to have to lay people off because they're not able to export as much to various markets. This is all not what Trump campaigned on. Trump campaigned on lower prices, not higher prices.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of sounds like a Bernie bro now, to be honest. You know, it's all about the worker and punishing these countries and companies that have done them dirty. I mean, that is the main argument is, Andrew, you guys did nothing. We have to punish the people who took our jobs, and Trump is the one who's strong enough to do it. What's wrong with that argument?
The problem is you don't have a time machine, Chris. I talked to CEOs of major companies, and they tell me it would take several years to reshore production, and you would then need to get paid back after those 3 years. You're looking at a 6-year time frame for them to make that kind of investment decision. And does anyone have confidence that these tariffs are going to come in and then stay at this level for 6 years? These CEOs don't. And so instead of reshoring manufacturing, they're just cutting investment. They're laying people off. So if you could go back in time and have tariffs and protect these manufacturing facilities, you might have a case, but you can't just conjure them up. It just takes too much time and energy, and a lot of companies aren't going to invest if they don't have any clarity.
It also belies the reality that we're still the #2 producer of things on the planet, behind China, of course. And the real reason that most of those jobs went away was innovation. So they're never coming back. Because unless you want people to go back to old ways of making things, they're going to be replaced by things that you could train people to use now and expand in different ways. But it doesn't seem that that's what this is about with the cancellation of the CHIPS Act. What would be better, Andrew? Give me some ideas. If you want to help the American working family, how do you do it?
I think we need to invest directly in communities. I mean, I was talking about having freedom dividends going out to various people. And there was even some talk around the Doge savings going back to American citizens and consumers. We do have a spending problem. I mean, so that there is that issue. But to the extent that there are savings, if they could go into the hands of American families and communities, that to me is where we have to start heading, because AI is going to decimate a lot of jobs in a lot of communities. AI is also going to produce hundreds of billions of dollars worth of value. The problem is that value is not flowing to the average American family. It's flowing into the hands of a few very big companies.
So if you wanted to architect ways that the American family and our workforce, this generation and next, gets ahead, what should the government be focused on other than cutting spending and keeping more tax dollars in people's pockets?
Our data, which is used to train AI, is already being sold and resold for hundreds of billions of dollars a year, and Americans aren't seeing a dime of it. We should have a data bill of rights where we say, look, our data should be ours, even if you've used it in this fashion, and then we should enjoy some of those benefits. Imagine if Americans were essentially getting an AI dividend. That would make people feel much more positively about a lot of the innovations that are going on right now.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.